Magic Johnson is celebrated as the greatest point guard in NBA history. Arguably one of the all-time GOATs, his unselfish play combined with his athleticism and remarkable length for a true point forward makes him an ideal candidate for one of the best builds to replicate in NBA 2K25 Next Gen. So today I'm bringing y'all a build that not only encapsulates the power of his passing, but with some of the flashiest assists you'll see, but also offers the ability to dunk with authority, shoot from deep, defend like a champ. This build is not just fun, it's one of the most engaging playstyles to experiment with and in NBA 2K25. So shooting 3-pointers with a lower rating isn't just for everyone, but with this build comes with a jump shot that feels like a 99, smooth and easy to time. So if you're curious about this jumper, let's aim to get 100 likes on this video and I will definitely be sure to reveal it to y'all. So before we move any further, if it's your first time coming pro, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family, and last but definitely not least, I gotta say thank God King Jesus for another day and another opportunity, and comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I will definitely be sure to get back to you with the response. Now the real game changer on this build today is the pass accuracy, cranked up to a 99, making every single pass count. Now the badges that do accompany this build are going to be ones like Gold Bailout and Hall of Fame to Legend Dimer and Break Starter are so overpowered. They've really transformed the way that I think of inbounding. I think it's truly a lost art, and I've been able to secure countless easy buckets for my teammates as you have seen from the gameplay. Especially on inbound, I personally do love enjoying inbounding the ball now, and it's an area of the game that's often slept on, but with this build it becomes one of my favorite aspects to play with. So this video can clearly showcase the dominance of high pass accuracy, not in the 70s and 80s but high 90s. So playing on a Magic Johnson build has been nothing short of fun, especially when it comes towards running point guard for your teams. I think this is one of the absolute best all-around offensive builds that you can make, especially if you want a few different playmakers on your team. Running this build at the power forward position is really something that I would consider. Now if you want to get this full video breakdown and the build, let's get this one to 200 likes and I will definitely be sure to get y'all right. Now this year it seems not many are putting in enough effort into learning the new dribble mechanics. However, I feel like we've seen a return of sorts of crossover 16 from NBA 2K15. Not as smooth but effective nonetheless, and that's the majority of what I'm doing in this video with the side-to-side cheese. It does look like a crossover. Truly I do like to bring y'all my own personal gameplay and play style. And if there's a certain NBA player that you're eager to see next, be sure to drop a comment down below and I will definitely be sure to stay tuned with that. So point forwards have really left their mark throughout the 2K series, from being the tallest dribbler on the court to guarding just about any position on the floor. There's not one excuse to have that really stops from having a build like this in your lineup. So some of my favorite moments from playing with this build are not just the cross-court passes and assists, but it's all about being a true team player. In a year where many opt for lower pass accuracy, I think going for high pass ac on this exact build has definitely paid off immensely. Now with the right takeovers and boost, you can also maintain a 99 when it comes towards the pass accuracy, same thing when it comes towards that driving dunk, and even when it comes towards that mid-range shot today. Although this build doesn't have the highest strength at around a 70 to 75, defending against post scorers and big men feels really effortless, especially if you can intercept them at the 3-point line. So you really need to play press defense against big men, and this Magic Johnson build is slowly becoming one of my favorite top picks of the year for builds to use. And I believe I've nailed the balance from finishing attributes to shooting. Playmaking, that is second to none, and the defense doesn't compromise too much on other aspects. So even with the physical attributes, I think these are absolutely worth reckoning with. So personally, I have found that maxing out pass accuracy and strength at 99 showcases how special NBA 2K25 can be. So we're just in December's with new players joining daily, especially now that 2K is on sale, a massive win for community growth. So an NBA 2K25 offense seems to truly be the king, and this build embodies just that, allowing you to play like a guard but with some scoring capabilities of Magic Johnson, making this the most overpowered builds out there when it comes towards a point forward. My favorite memories of Magic are his no-look passes, but both on the fast break and in general play. So this kind of playmaking is really underappreciated in today's game, and 2025 if more teams played like the championship era Spurs or Golden State Warriors, focusing on ball movement, the game would be so much different, not just in real life, but in 2K as well. So in this 2K community, you have to understand there's a tendency to criticize others' playstyles, and really just for minor mistakes rather than, fostering positivity and motivation. The competition back then is something that is forgotten today. The competition in Magic's NBA era was really fierce. If you didn't bring your A game every single night, you'd be left on the bench. Now, you could say modern players like LeBron James, possibly Zion Williamson, Kevin Durant, have shown that they can possibly have some success back in Magic's time. It's an intriguing thought, and while we do miss that physicality, NBA 2K25 gives us a small taste of that. So, what's your current take on the current state of basketball? Do you feel like it's becoming a less intense version of the past? I truly believe that if the game was more physical with fewer penalties, we might see a decline in three-point attempts, which have soared since the Warriors popularized long-range shooting. Yet, consistency isn't there for most teams, unlike that specific Warrior squad. So, team ball is something special to watch to develop, especially both in real life, but especially in game modes like Random Rec, the threes, and NBA 2K25, where I feel like it adds a smooth dynamic to the gameplay. So, scoring is one thing, but setting up your teammates for success is an art form that many don't invest the time to mastering, and this Magic Johnson build is the perfect blend of both. I'm really interested on your take between the balance from offense to defense in your builds. How do you seem to navigate through the mechanics of passing and team play this year? Personally, I think it's something that is slept on. However, if you do master it, it is definitely going to pay its dividends in the long run. So, with Magic Johnson's playstyle, it's not just about scoring or even just passing, but it was really about making everybody on the court better. This build reflects that philosophy perfectly, not only encouraging you to look for your own shot, but to constantly seek out your teammates for creating opportunities where there seem none to be. Now, it's about understanding the game's flow, anticipating where your teammates will be, using your vision to turn the defense into an offensive liability, and this approach can really define the way that you play NBA 2K25, moving away from, the me first mentality to more a collaborative, strategic play. That is something that I always look to aim towards. So, in today's NBA where individual scoring is often prioritized over team play, I think this build serves as a good reminder of how powerful true team basketball can be. And it's not just about the stats or the highlight plays, but it's about the impact that you have on each moment and each game. So, the momentum you shift and the morale that you boost, just imagine if every player played with the mindset of Magic Johnson. The potential for just beautiful basketball would be limitless, and this build invites you to explore that minor potential in NBA 2K25 where you can definitely lead your team to victory through unselfish play. And lastly, I want to challenge you to think about how we can bring more of Magic's, team style ball back into NBA 2K25, whether it's through crafting builds that emphasize passing or engaging with the community in a way that promotes teamwork over rivalry. I've been in Random Rec countless times where my teammates are arguing, and we have to have some type of power to influence our teammates in NBA 2K25 how we should actually play the game. I want to know your Random Rec stories down below. Now, I want to go a little bit more in depth to how this build can be effective. So in the rec, this build is your main orchestrator, and I think it can lead the team pretty much in almost any game mode from the 1s all the way up to the 5s. And the fact that this build can shoot from deep really does keep the defense honest. Now, in the one-on-one situation, you do have the versatility for this build to either finish on the inside, shoot, and also, just dribble all around your opponents. I'm curious, do you think we should be advocating for a gameplay style that rewards assist and team play over individual scoring? Your feedback really helps with the future of NBA 2K25. And for my longtime 2K players, how has the evolution of playmaking mechanics changed the way you approach the game? Are there certain aspects of 2K that you feel as though we should get back from previous 2Ks? I know a lot of players would love the old dribbling system to be able to combine and chain other dribble moves together. However, for this year, I think it makes you play out animations, and that is something that I have seen the community not complain about but hope for a change. So I challenge you to experiment with a build like this or create your own version. How does it affect your gameplay and your team's overall performance? I really want to know your thoughts and experiences choices down below. You know, let's start a trend where playmaking and teamwork comes the central to our gameplay. And, you know, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking with me through this detailed exploration of, you know, one of the best point forward builds that you can make. And if you enjoyed this video, and if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Thank God, King Jesus, for another day and another opportunity. And Rich out.